Welcome to a calm corner on the internet. Today we're going to take some time to slow down, be calm, get grounded, and it is also a wrist-friendly flow. So, meaning we won't be doing any postures where we are going to put a significant amount of weight into the hands. So no down dogs, no planks. If we are on our hands, and maybe you do have some wrist issues, you can always be on fingertips. You can always make fists. Place that fist down onto the floor so that there's minimal bend into that wrist. Whatever you choose today, make sure that it feels good in your body, and always make sure that you have the okay from your healthcare provider. Things we may need for today's class. All of it is optional, so don't feel any kind of pressure or reason not to practice because you don't have these items. But a good one for calming and grounding would be some aromatherapy. If you want to sprinkle some on your mat when we're in our child's pose, still good, but totally optional. The next item is going to be a yoga strap. If you don't have a strap, you can use a scarf, a towel, pretty much anything like that. Whatever it is that you have, we're going to place that off towards the back of the mat. And then we're going to start getting ready to come in our child's pose. So knees are going to come nice and wide, maybe as wide as the mat. Big toes touch, and the lower body is just going to get heavy towards the heels. If you do have your little bit of aromatherapy, we are going to sprinkle some on the mat. Fun stuff. All right. And then the arms are going to reach forward. Forehead is going to come down towards the mat. As we just take a moment to find length in the spine, grounding down. Make sure the elbows are down on the mat. And allow the breath to become a little bit deeper here, breathing into the rib cage and the belly, letting it expand. And breathing out, letting it deflate. Feel that breath traveling all the way into the shoulder blades on the inhale, elongating the spine, and exhale, ground down. Breathe deeply here, allowing your breath to be your anchor. With each inhale, draw in calmness and presence. With each exhale, release tension and worry. Your breath is always with you, a source of solace and grounding. By coming to your mat, you are choosing self-care, self-compassion, and self-awareness. When we start to transition from pose to pose, let go of the need for perfection. Just allow the journey of self-discovery to unfold. Be gentle with yourself, honoring your body's needs and limitations. Slowly start moving the forehead a little side to side if that feels good. And then bring it back to stillness. Allow the palms to touch overhead, and then let the elbows just wiggle in closer towards the head. From here, gently press the palms against each other and lift the hands up to form a little shark fin. From here, I like to lift my forehead a tiny bit off the mat with a gentle rounding in the spine, pressing the elbows down into the mat and feel like I'm pulling it apart. Just a very gentle, energetic feeling here. Breathing into the upper back. Relax the jaw and keep the forehead nice and soft. And then release it all the way back down, reset. We're going to walk the hands over towards the right side. So the chest is over that right thigh, both hands reaching out towards the right side of your mat. Option to place the left hand on top of the right for a little extra stretch into the left side body, inhaling into the left rib cage. Option to feel like you're pulling that hand gently back towards you, so that left hand. And gently release, walk it all the way back to center. And over towards the left side. Chest coming over the left thigh, hands over to the left side of the mat. Option to bring right hand on top of left. And this time inhaling into the right rib cage. Expanding through right side body. Maybe feeling like you're pulling that right hand back towards you. Just a gentle little bit of energy that we're putting in there. On the exhale, walk the hands all the way back to center and bring it all halfway up. We're just going to come onto those elbows, so forearms down. Bring the knees together. And from here, as we inhale, we're going to go for a cat-cow. So cow back, think about dropping the belly down, looking up, gently pulling those elbows back towards you. Exhaling for cat. Rounding through the spine, tuck the chin, tuck the tailbone. Inhaling, looking up. And exhaling down. Inhaling up. And exhale. Let's go for two more, two of each. Think about sit bones up in the upward position, in our cow position. And last one. Walk it back, coming into a seat on the shins. Now here, if it's not comfortable for you to sit on the shins, you can find any comfortable seat for what we're going to do next. But if this is good, then we're going to lean a little forward, tuck the toes, and sit back onto the heels. Stretching out those feet, maybe find a little wiggle side to side, making sure we're pressing into all 5 toes. Making sure that pinky toe is getting in on the action here. Interlace the fingers, place the hands in the lap, bring that wiggle to stillness. Take a deep inhale. On the exhale, press the palms forward around the spine, tuck the chin, tuck the tailbone, pull the belly in. As we inhale, press the palms towards the sky. Can the biceps come towards the ears? Maybe even a little bit further. And release, cactus the arms, draw the shoulder blades down the spine. Bring it all the way back. Interlace the fingers in the lap. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, same thing around the spine. Tuck the chin, tuck the tailbone. Inhale, lift it all the way up. Press the palms towards the sky. Can we keep those arms nice and straight? And exhale, cactus the arms. Roll shoulder blades down the spine. And bring it all the way down. We're going to interlace the fingers behind the back this time. Open up the chest, roll the shoulders back, squeeze shoulder blades together, and then pull that fist down towards the mat. So pull it a little bit away from the body. From here, we're going to take a slow dive forward, bringing the crown of the head down towards the mat. The hips lift, and that fist comes up and overhead, just as high as you can. Keep squeezing shoulder blades together. And gently release. Bring it all the way back. If your toes are tucked, we're going to untuck them. Bring it back down onto the shins. You can still be in whatever seated position. You can even be sitting on your couch for this little portion, just this little portion, right? So from here, we're going to take a deep inhale, lengthen through the spine. Pull those hands up towards the sky. Right hand comes down, left arm reaches up and over for a side body twist. Feel like that left sit bone is nice and heavy, maybe even leaning off to the left side. Reach the left fingertips overhead. And you can look wherever feels good for your neck. Maybe looking down. Maybe looking up. And bring it all the way back up. Inhale, sweep the arms up, become long through the spine. Exhale, left hand down, right arm reaches up and over. You can even feel like the right sit bone is sliding off towards the right. Deep breaths into that right side body. And bring it all the way back up. This is the moment where we all join onto our bums. So slide the legs out, sit down, coming into a seat. The feet are going to be about as wide as the mat, whatever feels comfortable for you here. You don't need to support yourself in the back, but you can. Otherwise, hands can be in front wherever you want it to be, and we're just gonna windshield wiper from side to side. Slow and steady. Everything is just slow and steady today. And then bring it all the way back to stillness. We're going to allow the legs to go off to the right side. For this, the left leg is just going to zigzag all the way back here. So the knee is wider than the hip, and now we're kind of seated onto the right upper thigh. Flex that right foot. Take a deep inhale. And on the exhale, place the fingertips on the other side of the shin. So we're still flexing that foot. We're about at a 2 o'clock on your mat. So the top of the mat 12, we're about at 2. Now from here, gently feel like you're pressing that knee, that entire lower leg into the floor. Option to stay on the hands or come down onto elbows. We keep pressing that leg into the floor. Another little option here to go for internal rotation of that left leg. So press the knee into the floor. Can we lift the heel off the mat? Deep breaths. One more breath in. And out as we release that foot down. Coming back onto the hands. Hands are going to walk off towards the knee, past the knee, towards almost like the back of the mat. But now we're going to be facing more of a 4 o'clock. And then from here, just gently push into that right hand to look towards the back of the mat. Find that twist. The lower body is heavy, pelvis is heavy. Option to stay on the hands or bring it down onto the elbows. As we imagine the pelvis becoming heavy, keep a lightness in the chest. One more deep breath. And then walk it back onto the hands and over to the other side. So zigzag those legs over towards 12, 11, 10 o'clock. That back leg, right leg is just going to zigzag back, whatever. And then from here, just gently press that left leg into the mat. Fingertips to the floor. So this entire lower leg is pressing down. Option to stay on the hands, on fingertips, or option to bring it down to the elbows. And then that option for the internal rotation of the hip. So the left ankle lifting up. Don't try to lift too high because it can start cramping. And yeah, no fun. Internal rotation is so intense, but so good for the hips. Allow the gaze to be down towards the thumbs, the hands, wherever, just so that we're not cranking up through the neck. Take another deep inhale. Exhale, the right ankle comes down. Come back onto the hands. Walk towards the back of the mat. Gently press into that left hand to find that twist in the torso. Option to stay on the hands or bring it down towards forearms. Once again, heavy pelvis and a lightness in the chest. And same thing with the gaze here. We try to look in between the forearms, the thumbs, wherever we can have a neutral neck. Deep breaths. And gently bring yourself back onto the hands and face back towards the top of the mat. We're going to bring the soles of the feet together, coming into that bound angle, butterfly, whatever you want to call it. Hands come towards the toes. I like to wrap my fingers around, interlacing the fingers. Heels can be a little further, it can be a little closer. From here, drive those knees nice and wide. Find a straight spine. Just take a moment. And then we're gonna ripple the spine up and down. So it's gonna be like a cat-cow type movement. So as we go down, inhaling, feel like you're arching through the back, not that that's happening. And as we exhale, round the spine, chin to chest, bring it back up. Inhaling down. Exhaling back up. Oh, hey, Maggie. One last time. And bring it all the way back up. We're going to extend the legs to the top of the mat by coming into a narrow-legged straddle. So Maggie's going to show us her Shavasana. Right, baby? Shavasana? Shavasana? No? Okay. So, feet are about as wide as the mat. It's really a nice and narrow straddle, and there's a little bit of flex in the feet, so it's active. Inhale, just lift through the back. I like to interlace my fingers, and then we're gonna make big circles. Big circles to one side, reaching just as far as it is comfortable in your body. Inhaling up, and exhaling down. Changing directions. And bring it all the way to stillness. Slide the bum forward, maybe a little bit if you need it. Just coming towards the center of the mat. Bring the feet down onto the mat. Plant the soles of the feet down. Ground down a little bit more. And then we're just going to unravel the spine. I need more space. And bring it all the way back down to the mat. Awesome. Hug the right knee into the chest. Give it a nice little squeeze into the body. And then option here to grab your strap, towel, scarf, whatever it is that you have. Place it around the ball of the foot. And then we're going to extend the leg up towards the sky. Deep breaths. Option to keep the left leg bent, or you can also extend the leg. Now from here, make sure that strap is in the right hand and maybe left arm releases off to the left side. Your left leg can stay extended, but I like to bend it and to open it off to the side just to find that counterbalance as we slowly, slowly allow that leg to open up to the side. It doesn't have to go very low. Deep, deep breaths. Try to keep that balance between left and right. Two more breaths. And bring it all the way back to center. Bring the left foot back down, bend the right knee, release the strap to the side. We're going to come into half happy baby. So elbow comes towards that inner thigh. However you want to grip here, if you want to cup the heel, grab the big toe, grab the outer edge of the foot, do that as we press the sole of the foot up towards the ceiling. Thinking about the knee going towards the outer armpit, so going down and wide. And the same thing here, sort of, if you wanted to let that left leg drop a little towards the left, you can do that. One last breath in, and let it go. Release that foot all the way back down to meet the left. Then we're going to hug the left knee into the body, interlace those fingers around the shin. And give yourself a nice big squeeze on the left side. And then whatever prop you had on the other side, grab it. Wrap it around the ball of the foot. This time left hand has the honor of holding on to it as we extend that leg to the sky. Option here to keep that right leg bent. You can also extend if you don't have a doggy at the top of your mat. Deep breaths. And then from here, remember that counterbalance if you want it. I like to drop that right knee off to the right side, right arm to the right side as I open up that left leg to the left. Remember, the foot doesn't have to touch. Find that balance between left and right. Just opening up as much as that leg wants to. No forcing, no pushing, no pulling. Mostly just chilling. One last deep, deep breath. And bring it all the way back to center. Grounding down the right foot, bend the left knee, place your prop off to the side. Coming into that half happy baby. Whatever option you want to take, whatever you did on the other side. Open that knee nice and wide, bring it towards your outer armpit. Press the sole of the foot up to the sky. Right leg can maybe fall off a little to the right. Find that balance. One last big, big breath in. And let it go, exhale. You can bring that heel towards the bum. We're going to come into a full happy baby. Bring that right leg in. Choose your option, how you want to hold on. And then we're going to open up the legs. Press the feet to the ceiling. And try to stay grounded through the bottom of the pelvis. So try not to let a curl effect happen here. Press down. Maybe even feel like you're gently pressing the feet into the hands. And the hands are just gently pulling back. So there's that tiny little bit of resistance. Nothing too crazy. From here, keep left side as it is. Allow the right leg just to float off to the right side. That right hand has an opportunity just to chill out and do whatever it wants. Just let it hang. Bring it all the way back in. Grab a hold. This time, the left side releases off to the left side and left hand gets to chill out. Do nothing here for 2 breaths. And bring it all the way back in. Heels to the bum. As we place the soles of the feet down onto the mat. If you feel like you need to give yourself a hug here, a little squeeze, do that. Otherwise, when you're ready, we're going to place the feet down and extend the legs towards our doggy, towards Maggie. All right, from here, open up the arms into a big T shape. Our right leg is gonna come squeeze into the chest. And then we're gonna send that knee over towards the left elbow, keeping shoulder blades down. The knee does not have to touch that elbow. It's just the direction. Bring it all the way back. Send the right leg back out. And this time, left knee comes into the chest. Quick little pause, and then left knee over towards the right elbow. Shoulder blades are melting down to the mat. Bring it all the way back. Slow and steady. Right leg one more time. Hug it in as close as you can. And the knee over to left elbow. Send it all the way back out. And then left knee to chest. Knee towards elbow. Pause and bring back. And extend it all the way back out to meet the right. This time we're going to hug the right knee in. Left hand can come towards that knee. And then that hand is just going to help guide that knee down as we look over towards the right side. Allowing both shoulder blades to stay heavy towards the mat. Just bringing that knee as low as it wants to go. One last breath. And on the exhale, roll it all the way back onto the back. We're going to switch sides. Send that right leg all the way out. Left arm goes all the way out. And the right hand meets the left knee. From here, take a big inhale. On the exhale, twist. Maybe looking over towards the left. You can always keep a neutral gaze as well. Looking up to the sky. One last breath, deep inhale, deep exhale, and then we're going to roll it back onto the back. From here, we're taking our final resting pose, our Shavasana. Allow both legs to extend, both arms to come alongside the body, palms facing up. Maybe just give a wiggle of those shoulders, make sure the shoulders are relaxing away from the ears. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Let it go through the mouth. We're going to do that 2 more times. Big, big inhale through the nose. Expand the belly, expand the chest. Everything rises. Audible exhale. One last time, big inhale, become as big as you can here with all that breath filling the body. Pause at the top, and then let it go. Feel the eyelids becoming heavy. The head becomes heavy. Shoulders and arms. The chest. And the entire torso. Pelvis becomes heavy. Both of the legs become heavy. Taking a moment of stillness for yourself. If any thoughts start coming up, just acknowledge them and watch them float by like clouds. Just focusing on the gentle rise and fall of the belly as you breathe in and breathe out. On the next inhale, take a deep, reawakening inhale. And let it go. Starting to find little wiggles in toes and fingers. Maybe if your body's asking for it, reaching arms overhead, pointing the toes, becoming nice and long. Take a deep inhale. And on the exhale, hug the knees into the chest, become a small little ball. Maybe swaying from side to side. Just taking a moment of grounded stillness as you feel the support of the earth. When you're ready, slowly make your way onto one side. Opposite arm helps to push you up into a seat. We meet back in a seat, in any comfortable seated position. Just taking a moment, maybe on a final inhale, we'll sweep the arms up to the sky. And exhale, press palms together, hands towards the belly, chin towards the chest. Just taking a moment of gratitude, anything that you want to add to your gratitude list today.